Hey, Chet's parents, welcome to our first ever 2020 annual parent meeting that is virtual. It's online. We're glad that you've joined us tonight. We want to give you a lot of information because we know this year has been so confusing. It's been confusing about everything, confusing about school. Health has been confusing. Politics are causing everything to be confusing. All these different crazy things are making us confused this year. We know even church has been confusing. When do we meet? How do we meet? What kind of rooms are we going to meet in? Are we wearing masks? All these different things. And so we want to make sure that this year is the year that you are in the know, that you know as much as possible about our student ministry. It's kind of like that NBC PSA that used to come out in the early 90s where, the more you know is what matters. And so we want to make sure that the more you know about our student ministry, the more beneficial it will be for you. And we believe that the more that you know about the ministry we have here at Chet's with our students, that you'll see the benefit of letting us partner with you. And not just in this discipleship journey with your student, but to partner with you to create a generation of world changers. We firmly believe that in our student ministry, this partnership is to partner and journey alongside you guys to equip your student to know God, to grow in their faith, and to show Jesus to the world. And so as we plan the year, we plan everything around those three purposes to help students know God better, to grow deeper in their faith, and to take that faith and begin to show it to the world around them. So as we dive into this quick meeting tonight, we want to encourage you, go to chetstudents.com/parent meeting, and you can get all the resources you need that we're going to talk about tonight to help you jump into 2020 with our student ministry in the best possible way. And also, as we go through this, as you're listening, if you have comments, comment below either on our YouTube or on our Facebook and let us know questions, and we'll try to answer those as quick as possible. But the first thing we want you to know is that when you go to that webpage, you're going to be able to download a handbook. It's a parent handbook. You can either keep it digitally or you can download it yourself and actually print it out. But I want to introduce you to a couple of things about our staff. If you don't know who our staff are, maybe you're brand new to Chet's, you don't even know who I am. My name is Jeff Tapp. I'm the pastor of students here at Chet's Creek. And so if you haven't got a chance to meet us, please feel free to email me anytime. You can email me, jeff@chetscreek.com, or you can call the office. I'd love to talk to you and meet you. Even we can get together in person if that's something you'd love to do. But I want to introduce you to a few of our staff members. You can find these in our handbook. First is Will Dunlap. He's our associate student minister, and he also handles the middle school ministry here on our Hodges campus. On our Nocatee campus, Darren Johnson is our pastor of families and discipleship. He'll be handling student ministry on our Nocatee campus in the interim period as Kristen Pepe, our former minister of students there, is going on a new journey that God's called her on. And so we'll have a transition time as we're looking for the next person that God's going to put in that position. And so hit up Darren if you have any questions about student ministry on the Nocatee campus. Jeremy Higdon, who is our associate pastor of students and connections at our North Campus and handles up a lot of our missions here at Chet's as well. He's the one that will be handling all the student ministry on our North Campus, and you can find him at jeremy@chetscreek.com. David Machoso, who is also our worship leader at our Southside campus, but he also volunteers and he runs our student ministry on the Southside campus. And then, of course, a few other staff members that you need to know that basically run our student ministry. Megan McCallum, she is our girls ministry coordinator and is also a ministry assistant here at Chet's. She does everything that you see. If it's produced, if there's an image or a graphic or anything out there, Megan usually designs that, and she's incredibly talented with that. And she also handles everything with our girls. So if there's any type of girls ministry activity or things that we do discipleship-wise with the ladies, Megan oversees some of that. As well as Michelle Hickey. She's also one of our ministry assistants here. She's a global ministry assistant for all of our campuses, and so she helps us with anything administratively to get together and put together all the information that we need for our student ministry. I want to encourage you to go to that website and download the Student Life Group Leader Guide and connect with your students' leaders that you have for your specific campus. Find out their phone numbers and text them and get to know who they are, and make sure that you do that, because we believe the best way that you can influence your child for Christ is to connect them with other adults that are pouring in the same values that you want them to have as well. And so that's why we have life group leaders in our ministry for you to connect with and connect your student with. Also, if you're interested, we still need people to help us serve in life groups. And you can go to chetstudents.com/serve, and you can enter some information there, and we will plug you in to a specific campus ministry. If you're interested in helping us with life groups, we have some polls that we would love to find leaders to help serve in. Stick with us. We're going to be sharing with you some more information as we go along.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Hey, my name is Will. I'm the middle school pastor here at the Hodges campus, and I just want to talk a little bit about each environment that's at each campus. Each environment is designed to strategically invite students on a journey into deep relationships with their peers, their leaders, and more importantly, Jesus. Each environment is designed with every student in mind, from the student that's been here for years to the student that just walked in the door. And that's the type of environment that we want to create as a student ministry. And each environment has weekly programs through life groups, through Refuel, and through worship. And life groups are so important to the life of our student ministry, and that they happen every Sunday, so you won't miss it every single Sunday. But here's the thing: that's the most important thing about life groups is that relationships built in these life groups will take them far beyond the student ministry here at Chats Creek Church. They're designed to connect each student with a few consistent leaders and friends, and it's designed for them to help walk through life together because nobody's walking through life alone here at Chats. And each campus has a different life group schedule. If you're here at the Hodges campus, we just changed our life group schedule from 9 o'clock middle school life groups, 10:30 high school life groups. And then if you're at the Nocatee campus, Nocatee, and by the way, all this information is in your parent handbook. The Nocatee campus, 9:30 life groups, 11 o'clock worship. North campus, 10:30 life groups, and then Southside campus, 9:30 life groups, 11 o'clock worship. And so let me encourage you, and our team and our staff would encourage you as well. Get your student plugged in these life groups because these are so important in the life of not only your student's spiritual journey, but how your student connects into the student ministry here at Chats Creek Church. And then Refuel. Refuel is also a big part of the student ministry here at Chats. Each Wednesday during Refuel, we have both a large group and a small group time that students can grow in their faith. And Refuel we give them some time to hang out at the beginning, and then we dive right in. And that's truly like a midweek break for your student to connect to their peers, their friends here at Chats. And like once again, the schedule is in your parent handbook, but 6:30 is what time Refuel starts across all of our campuses. And so it's easy. 6:30 Refuel every Wednesday night. Hodges, Nocatee, North, and Southside. So make sure your student gets plugged into that because that's also a big part of how they connect to the student ministry here at Chats. And then lastly, worship. At our Nocatee, North, and Southside campuses, students worship alongside adults every single Sunday. At our Hodges campus, during the 9 o'clock hour, high school students will be serving, and then 9 o'clock hour, or 10:30 hour, is when middle school worship is. And so that's kind of like a big summary of our environments and Refuel and life groups. And let me just say this as we transition to the next thing, that life groups and Refuel and worship are so important and to the life of your student and as they walk with Jesus throughout their life.
Hey guys, I'm Megan, and I'm going to talk through some of the events that we do throughout the year for your students. We have 3 main events that we do to connect students to each other and to adult leaders on campus. And the 3 main events that we do are Thrive, Fuge Summer Camp, and Missions. And so the first one, Thrive Weekend, as a retreat weekend, it's super fun. A lot of really cool games, and students are on teams. They compete for the Thrive Cup, but there's also discipleship that happens. There's worship that happens. So your student's not going to want to miss that. This year it'll be March 12th through the 14th, 2021. And it'll be in St. Simon's Island, Georgia. So you'll definitely want to sign up for that. Fuge Summer Camp, which we weren't able to do this year, but we're planning to do next year, is in Ridgecrest, North Carolina. It's going to happen July 4th through the 8th. And camp is awesome. It's like an extension of Thrive, but bigger. There's multiple churches coming together. Students get to do Bible study with kids that they don't know, and also some Chats kids. They get to choose track times that they do throughout the week, play mega relay against each other. It's a lot of really great experiences, but there's, again, also a worship and discipleship aspect that is really great. And then our missions experience. Right now, we don't know what that's going to look like this summer. We have a few possibilities out there, but with COVID, we're being cautious, and we want to make sure that when we put something out there, it's what we're able to follow through with. And so, as we get updates on what we're able to do, travel wise and things like that, we will definitely be updating you guys about that. But for now, just know that the registrations for those events will open soon, and we'll let you know when they're open so that you can get registered for those. We're really excited to share with you this year about Chet's Fuge. It's the summer camp alternative that we had planned over the summer that has now been pushed to the fall because of COVID. But it is a 3-night camp at-home experience, not at home in your home, but here in Jacksonville. We're bringing a little bit of Ridgecrest to Jacksonville. It'll be hosted at the Hodges campus October 26th through the 28th. It'll be 3 nights of powerful worship and really fun activities. We're going to have a powder paint war. We're going to have the silent disco is back. And we're going to end it all with our annual Pumpkin Night in the Hodges parking lot. And so we're super excited that all of our campuses will be coming together for this. For more information about that or to register your student, please visit chetstudents.com/camp. And then last but not least, I want to share with you guys about our annual Sonati's Pie fundraiser. It's a big deal. It's how most of our students pay for their camps and mission trips. We have packets online on the parent meeting resources page for you guys that you can download, campus specific packets as the dates and times that you'll be turning in things to people are different. So you're going to want to make sure that you download your campus's pie packet. But pies we're going to sell for $16 this year, and each student will get $5 of that money will go directly to either their camp or their mission trip, which they can designate on their form. But super excited to be partnering with Sonati's again for that, as it is a really helpful fundraiser.
Thanks, Megan, for sharing everything about our events. So parents, we want to let you know really what is the foundation and the basis of our ministry. Sometimes it's hard to kind of determine what it is that is our win. What is it that helps us know that we are winning in student ministry? So let me share with you our win. I shared it at the very beginning of this video, but I want to remind you of it. We win when a student takes steps toward knowing God, toward growing in their faith, and toward showing Jesus to the world. We base all this on Luke 2:52, where it says, Jesus grew in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and all the people. That Jesus grew in favor with God. He knew God. He grew in wisdom and stature. He grew in his faith. And he grew in favor with all the people. He showed the world who he was and that he was not only God, that he was with them and walking among them. And so we want to help our students know these 3 purposes in their life. And it's all based on our church mission statement: to know God, to be changed by him in a way that will change the world. And so we've designed and tailored our student ministry around this same statement, just in a context for students to know and for you to know as a parent. So we say taking steps because we understand there's no finish line to this thing. We want students to take steps in knowing God, growing their faith, and showing Jesus to the world. And that means we want to help them know Jesus. Everything that we have around our student ministry is going to be pointing students to Jesus. Any event, any fun thing that we do, any program is going to point students to Jesus. We're going to teach the Bible from the Old Testament and New Testament, but it's always going to point them to knowing God better through Christ. And then we want to help them grow in their faith. How do we do that? We want to encourage them to spend time with others in community and life groups. We want to encourage them to use the gifts and discover the gifts that God has given them to serve in a ministry, and how to spend time with God through time in the Bible, a quiet time, and growing in their faith personally. So it's their faith and not their parents' faith. And then how do they do that in the world? How do they share their story to the world around them? And so we want to encourage them to share Jesus to that world. We win when a student shares their grace story with the world around them. So that's kind of how we spend time with our win and helping them understand what it is that we can take steps toward to getting students and families to win in their faith. So I want to encourage you. You can download our calendar on our website through the same link that all of our other resources are on, and you can see the teaching series and all the things that we have. You can also have access anytime you want, if you let us know, to anything that we teach your students, as well as we have a brand new thing this year called chetsathome.com. And every week we'll be sending out a discussion guide that you can have a conversation with your students about what we talked about in life group, and a brief 1-minute video that summarizes what we taught on. And so if you're not comfortable coming back to church yet, you can use the Chets at Home guide to help disciple your kid personally yourself. But But this is how we win. This is what we do to see and help students take steps in their faith, to know God, grow in that faith, and show Jesus to the world.
Well, thanks, Jeff. My name is Jeremy, and I'm just glad to be part of this meeting with you. And just so you know, again, as parents, we do not take the honor of ministering to your students lightly. We are excited. We are grateful to partner with you, to raise your students. Jeff and I not only work here with our Chet students, but our own kids are part of Chet students. So we are really invested in this with you. And we just want to let you know that this video, this meeting that we're on right now, this is just the first step. We really want to keep you in the know throughout this year, and we want to know how we can best minister to you and to your families as well. So we want to encourage you to stay connected with us. The best way is going to be by you signing up for our parents' emails. If you're not already getting emails, that means you're not signed up. So we encourage you to sign up for these once a month and special event emails. You can do so by going to chetstudents.com. And then just in the backslash there, parent email text. So chetstudent.com/parent email text. That is the best way to stay signed up with our monthly emails. But then we also leverage social media. So for us older people, for parents and older people, we are on Facebook. And so we have Facebook groups. There's a global, which simply means a church-wide Chet student Facebook group. But there's also individual groups as well for each campus. You can actually sign up for those and find the access for those in the parent email guide. And we'll also put the links to that below here in our YouTube profile and our Facebook profile as well. And then for students, they are more usually involved like on Instagram and similar social media. So we also have an Instagram page for your students as well. Of course, you can follow that also, but it's going to be more creatively communicating to middle school and high school age. You can find out how to just sign up for that as well. And then, of course, if you just want to say, you know what, on top of social media, what's the best way to stay connected on my phone? Well, that would be through text, the text list. And so we would encourage you, if you're not getting those already, that simply means you're not on, but we would encourage you, jump on that text list, because we want to not only make sure that we communicate to you, but we invite you to communicate back with us. Let us know how we can, again, if something arises this year with your middle school or high school, it's okay to reach out to each of us as individual leaders. We encourage you to do that, because we want to know how we can minister not only to a group, but to your family. We just want to know how we can kind of tackle that, leverage those issues with you. Once again, thanks for watching this quick video. If you have any additional questions as we're in the process of signing off, and please email that to Megan@ChetsCreek.com. And she is willing and able to pass that on to any one of us to collectively answer that as we see fit and as we can best find our way to serve you. Love you guys. Look forward to talking to you soon.